More healthcare services are coming to Omaha. The state has awarded $20 million to the Charles Drew Health Center.
6 News' Johan Marin is on your side with what these services will look like.
More COVID funding is coming to North Omaha, but this time to the Charles Drew Health Center.
The healthcare industry was hit significantly and impacted by the pandemic, and so we were no different.
The state awarded a $20 million grant to Charles Drew as a part of an ongoing economic recovery effort. During the pandemic, the center stopped receiving funding from the state, forcing them to reduce their services.
So we were no longer receiving the resources that we had to keep the organization afloat. But then additionally, a big part of our business is based off of providing patient care and services.
Just this May, the center also had to say goodbye to 26 of its employees. Now McMorris is hoping they will bounce back.
So the grant award is going to allow us to expand services and overall capacity of the health center. So specifically what that's going to look like is making sure that our medical providers, our dental services, as well as our behavioral health staff are really meeting the needs of the community.
Once they have the necessary resources, they'll be able to provide care to those experiencing homelessness and those in public housing.
So we're going to be looking at accelerating and expanding our partnerships with our community-based organizations.
And accelerate their work in the community.
It's a significant step in the right direction. I'm a native of North Omaha. I'm born and raised in North Omaha. And there's been a history in this community of disinvestment.
On your side in Omaha, Johan Marin, 6 News.
Grant was awarded by the Nebraska Department of Economic Development. All the money comes from a federal program that was created and signed into law by Governor Jim Pillen in June.